You know what? I'm mad because I just did that time lapse and that made that look like that wasn't even that big of a deal. But I don't know how many, I don't know how long that was, but that sucked.
Drag race this thing or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to admit that this has actually been really a lot harder to make these videos than I thought it was gonna be. When I started doing this, I was kind of thinking like, all right, well, you know what? Well, every time I come out here to the shop, I'm just gonna record when I work. Every time I'm just gonna record what I do. And it turns out that that's tough. It's really tough to find time to take the footage and go inside and pull it off my phone and find all the clips and put them together and make videos. So I really want to be able to do this both so that people can see what I'm doing and so that I can see what I did later and kind of have it documented and kind of see cool stuff that I did or show it to other people in hopes for, I don't know. The whole idea with this is just let's build a cool truck. Let's show some steps along the way that are maybe slightly unattainable for people because some of these things seemed really unattainable to me and I want to be able to learn how to do it and then kind of show people. So a little update is that we have the 4-link brackets welded onto the truck, right? So I think the last time, honestly, I have to check what my footage looks like. I haven't even edited the video from before where I cut the truck in half yet. So if that's posted and it's a crap video, I'm sorry. I tried to get good footage, but it's tough. So kind of where we are from there is really cut the truck in half, lowered it down, actually capped the frame. There you can see that I welded a frame cap right here, and my friend Zach came over and he really helped me. We got this thing down and level and flat, right? And then I took the, this is chromoly 083 inch and 3/4 chromoly. And so I took the brackets and I spaced them out. I put the rod ends in to keep it all nice and straight. I welded that down on the floor on the concrete, which is the most level thing. Hopefully it's level around here. Anyways, side note, got that on here. It looks awesome. Cutting those bed mounts off right here really kind of sucked, which brings us to where we are tonight is cutting all the brackets and stuff off of the 11.5 inch rear end. Yesterday I came out here with the plasma cutter and I cut off, this is the top. I have this upside down right now. So I cut all of the, everything off, like for the perch mounts for the leaf springs, and you know there's one for the bump stop here. The only thing that I have left is this for the look at how huge that is. I probably need to try to cut that one again. This is what I have left from the traction bar mount. So I've been grinding on this. I made an Instagram post that was kind of funny. It was just said if any of your life choices have somehow brought you to doing this job, I'm sorry, because this is not fun. Doing all this grinding, it makes a big mess. This is what my floor looks like. I've cleaned that up a few times already. It's hazy out here in the shop. I have to wear a mask and safety glasses and gloves and stuff, and it's just, I'm gonna be very happy to be done with it. So I'm gonna set the camera up. I'm gonna just go ahead and grind the rest of this off. We'll get this thing flipped over. And then hopefully what's gonna happen next is gonna be, these are the 4-link brackets for the rear end. I'm really excited to get those mocked up, get those welded on, and kind of get the rear end in place with the front 4-link brackets. So let's just go ahead and do that. Thanks for watching, and let's just stick around while I work a little bit.
Wow, I need this beat right now.
I remember
was a lot of grinding. I'm trying to breathe through my mask so I don't breathe in just like nothing but grinding dust, but like you just, and breathing in anyways. So basically what I'm gonna do now is clean up this mess. We'll fire up the TIG welder, and I think we're gonna mess around with getting this lower 4-link bracket welded on. I have 2 new TIG torches that I haven't tried yet. I have this CK 200 amp. This is basically a little gas lens and an 8. This is basically a 17H. It's a 26 torch technically, but that one, I'm really excited about that. That's got a little flex head on it. And I got this tiny little, this 9, I guess it's not tiny. A lot of people use a torch this size. Is also a flex head. A torch this size for basically everything that they do. But that's a pretty cheap torch. This is an expensive torch. I'm hoping that this one I can just, that's rated at 200 amps, continuous DC. I'm really hoping that I can run that thing at like 80 or 90 and not worry about it overheating, where I know that that cheap 9 running at like 100 is gonna burn up if I don't, if I'm not really careful with it. I'm not that good of a TIG welder. I've been trying a lot to get better. And the thing is like, to get better at this, I really just need to be able to just keep going and not stop and constantly wait for the torch to cool down. So that's why I bought the CK torch. I'm really hoping that's gonna be awesome. All right, so we're gonna get to welding. I'm actually gonna make another video at the same time as I make this one. So I'm gonna have a different intro and just do a little bit of a kind of a review how to with this welder. So if I post another video right after this one, you're probably gonna be seeing the same thing, just a heads up. But let's go into how I have this welder set up. So basically, with my torch here, what I'm gonna do is I have it on TIG 4T, which means every time you hit the button, it'll start to weld, and you hit it again and it stops, right? So I have, this welder is really nice in that it has pre-flow, a start amperage, of upslope, what you're welding at, a downslope, and then a post-flow, and it also has a pulse. I'm not going to be using the pulse today, but the other thing that it has is it has a gas check. So you can hear the gas coming out of here. You can check, that's nice to purge your lines when you start welding for the day, and it also has a high frequency start, which is that button with that little red light on it. And what that means is that you don't have to do a scratch start. You can hold this right up to the material, and when you hit the button, it arcs across and you're welding. So that's pretty cool. For this chromoly, this 083 to the 1/4 inch steel, I'm gonna come in with a starting amperage of 90 as I'm on the pedal. As soon as I let go of the pedal, it's gonna go down to 80. And then when I hit the pedal to stop, it'll go down to 70 to try to cool it down a little bit before I let go and try to have a do crappy camera work and have a nice downslope. Then once you let off, I have it set to do 4 seconds of post-flow gas to try to make sure that that pedal cools and doesn't get contaminated. So this is ER70 filler wire. So basically what I've been trying to use with the chromoly the whole time. And we'll see how this TIG torch came off of Amazon. It was $10 for this torch, and this is the cheap little cable that came with it. So I've never actually welded with the flex head. This will be the first time that I arc with this torch, so we'll see if it works. A little tap there, and added a little filler. You can see it's got some color in it. It's just at 90 amps right there. So I'm trying to go sideways quick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go without any filler for a little bit, and I'm going to work around and try to get some little taps in. So far, this little torch works really well. right, so I started out on this edge a little hot. That gray weld right there. I took everything down 5 amps from that, and I came back on this other side, and that looks a lot better. So what I'm gonna do is kind of keep working around here. This little torch, and this is actually a smaller filler rod than I thought I was gonna use. It does take a lot of this, but it's easier to melt than the 3/32 filler rod. So I'm gonna keep going on this, and see the smoke coming out on that side. Hopefully I don't pull this thing too out of square. But yeah.
Wow, I need this beat right now.